so got another lure review, and I'm pretty excited about this review because this is the first review that I'm going to be doing with my new camera equipment. So I hope that you guys actually notice a difference in the sound quality and the video quality. So this is the 6 Sense Crush Flat 75X crankbait. Tackle Warehouse has it for $9.99. So pretty reasonable crankbait, especially for what you get from this crankbait. It has a length of 2.65 inches, has a weight of 5/8 ounce, and a diving depth of 2 to 5 feet. It's a floating crankbait, and I'd put it in the subcategory of slow floating crankbaits. Now, it's a flat-sided crankbait, and for most of you, or for some of you guys that may not know or don't fish flat-sided crankbaits very often, flat-sided crankbaits are nice to fish when the fish are a little bit more finicky because they don't have as much of an aggressive movement as the squirrel crankbaits do. This is a Lucky Craft 1.5, and I'll go ahead and show just a side-by-side comparison because as a flat-sided crankbait, normally flat-sided crankbaits in this class, they're a lot smaller than the Crush 75X. The Crush 75X, weighing in at 5/8 ounce, is fairly large, especially when you look at it up against the 1.5. Now, while we're here looking at it, you can see that the 1.5 has a more rounded shape to the body, where this, as the name would suggest, has flat sides to it. Now, the flat sides, what it does when it rolls through the water is it has an effect that's very similar to a lipless crankbait. If you fish a lipless crankbait, you can kind of expect the same kind of a movement as it's coming through the water, except for it dives down, where a lipless crankbait, you impart the depth to it. This thing dives down and then floats back up slowly. But this thing has that same style of a rocking action, kind of a muted rocking action, but it is a rocking action. It doesn't have that real big tail swinging arc to it like a square crankbait does. Like this has a really aggressive kind of a large arc to it as it's moving through the water, and it rocks all over the place. Just it's noisy, and it's just a bully in the water. It goes through everything. But again, I'm going to state it again about how this crankbait is fairly large for what it is. I think that when I've reviewed like 3, maybe 4, not lipless, but flat-sided crankbaits already. And the ones that come to my mind are the Jackall Bling and the Lucky Craft Kelly J. And they have the same kind of shape, but they're much smaller, especially in weight and overall size. The Jackall Bling and the Kelly J, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, weigh about 3/8 ounce, so they're a lot smaller. But this thing, because of its weight, actually casts very, very well. I normally don't use shallow diving crankbaits as search baits per se, where you're just going to bomb them out there and cover a lot of water. You can certainly cover a lot of water with this. I'm not saying that you can't cover a lot of water with it, but what I'm trying to suggest is that normally when I throw this crankbait or shallow diving crankbaits light, especially that Lucky Craft over there, I'm throwing at targets. Like if I see some grass, I'm going to throw it at that grass. If I see a stump sticking out of the water, I'm going to throw it by that stump. I'm casting it for accuracy. Where normal crankbaits like search baits, I would call like a deep diving crankbait like a search bait. You're kind of just throwing them out a flat and then running them back to you and hoping that you run into either a school of fish or a bed or something. But with all that being said, this has very, very respectable casting distance. I wouldn't say that this crankbait has a rattle to it. It does make noise. I'm sure you can hear that. But I wouldn't say that it has a rattle to it. I think the noise that you're hearing is not only unintended, but it's a noise that is coming from, I believe it's the ballast. But I can't be sure about that, but that's my 2 cents about it. Now, you get all the same nice features out of a 6 Sense crankbait that you would normally expect to see. You get the really, really nice finishes that you would see on a crankbait that doesn't cost under $10 like this one. $9.99 is what this one costs on Tackle Warehouse. I think the finishes on these crankbaits are really, really nice. And I don't think that you're going to find a finish this nice from a crankbait under $10 anywhere else. And see, it says 6 Sense there. It's got the etched scale patterns, raised gill plates, three-dimensional holographic eyes. Get a good look at the bill there. You can see it's got an oval split ring, which I like. It's even got a little bit of a knot still tied on it from when I had it out fishing. It's got nice hooks, black nickel plated hooks. It's got a smaller hook on the back and a larger one on the front. And this is a nice looking color here. I'll go ahead and go over the color with you. Like I normally do, I've got two colors. This one is called Green Sunfish. Green Sunfish has a little bit of that pearl effect on the top where it's got some olive green and some brown on the top depending on which light you kind of hold it in. The shoulders are a lime green. It's got that ear that you would see on a sunfish or a bluegill. And then the bottom's just got a yellow throat and a yellow tail. Nice looking bait. The other one I have here is the bluegill color, I believe. This is called Baby Bluegill. I actually have this color in their Crush 50X, their normal square bill crankbait. That looks identical to that Lucky Craft right there. But it's really nice looking crankbait. It's kind of got that same effect happening on the top there. A little more brown in it. Could just be the batch. But see, it says 6 cents, got a logo on it. Got the same ear, a little bit more orange reddish to the body, a green head, and a very pronounced orange throat. Definitely got that bluegill pattern happening for it. It's a nice looking bait. I really enjoy fishing with the 6 cent stuff, primarily because it's effective. I find it to be fairly effective, if not just as effective as the Lucky Craft stuff. The build quality may not be, I'm not even going to say it. Lucky Craft stuff is really, really good. 6 cent stuff is really, really good, and it's cheaper, less expensive, so it's good stuff. I really enjoy the product that they put out there. So if you guys like it, you can check them out on Tackle Warehouse. If you guys like this video, please give it a like down below. Hit that thumbs up button. I really appreciate that. It helps other people find the video and make sure that kind of shows that I'm doing a decent job for you. If you have any questions or comments, leave those down below, and please hit that subscribe button if you're not a subscriber already. And I'll talk to you guys soon.